That was great. We had Grumpy Cat and dogs at the UX Awards. Yay! Now, for the thing you've been waiting for, the next part of the agenda, the rest of the night, is about the awards. Yay! For a second here, I'm going to show you the inner workings of how the judging worked. You can see this insane spreadsheet up on the stage. And what this shows here, you've got juror A, juror B, juror C, juror D, juror E, juror F, juror G. Anonymous. The first was the initial ranking. That's how we came up with the first tally of who should become a finalist. And from there, then we did a revised rank as a collective to determine who the actual award winners would be. As you can see, it's a very transparent process. In fact, we're sharing it with you. Conflicts of interest did not vote. So there's a few items that are grayed out there for a reason. And we got over 30% more submissions this year than in previous years. So there was a lot to judge. But we do feel this is a community endeavor. Every year the jurors are different. I don't vote at all. In fact, I don't even look at the submissions until after the jurors have. So I make sure that I step out of the process to make sure that this actually represents the community and that the award winners can't be rigged in any way. So, without further ado, we're going to first go in and have the jurors talk a little bit about what they looked for in the awards, starting with Tomer.
So, as you might guess, I'm a researcher. I'm a researcher. So, as a researcher, my passion is in identifying what people need, what people want, and changing. So, my criteria, and these are my only criteria because there's a group, well, except CORY, there's a group of distinguished designers here. So I didn't care. There's a researcher like I am. The reason is that there are so many great designers here that I don't feel that my advantage is in judging design. So I focused on research, and I based that on three criteria. Whether or not the organization did any type of research. So no research, no points for me. Second point is how wide and deep was the research effort. So if there were multiple methods and repetitive research in different stages, this got my attention. And the third criteria was based on the information provided, because I can't guess what happened if it's not there, was the right research conducted. So a few examples. Usability testing for understanding what people like, no points. A survey with 4 respondents, no points. Field work for identifying what customer needs, you got me at field work. So these are my criteria. In my view, I think we had several dozens of submissions. There was only one winner. Of course, we didn't agree on anything here, but there was one winner, and I will present the award to that.
As you can see, there wasn't consensus. Liz goes next. We need to keep this brief, so I'm going to ask jurors to be quick and speedy in their response.
Way to take my time, Tomer. Way to take that away from me. And now I only have 2 points, so I'm going to take it down. Now, so I'm a consultant, obviously, but I'm also a UX expert like all of you. And so I really graded or judged on 2 things. One, was there some sort of process beyond just some sort of really great interaction design or visual design? Was there a process in understanding the user, the business, and the technology, and marrying those 3 together? And then 2, did it provide some sort of value for the business that it was being conducted for? And if it hadn't been released yet, what were their goals and what value were they going for, and were they on that track?
John?
Mine will be fairly quick. I've made myself a little rubric and I've followed through. I'm a designer by training, and so the aesthetic value is definitely important. And when I say aesthetics, I don't just mean visuals. materials, I mean aesthetics of the experience and the interaction, and what's the interaction pleasant. I think business value of the submissions was important to me as well as the quality of the storytelling, the quality of the submission itself. Did I understand the value proposition from the materials that we got? And then finally, did it have potential? Was there something there that is sort of novel and interesting and innovative, and we can see that may be interesting in the future of user experiences?
Cindy.
I really looked at the depth of the research, the extent of the documentation, both of the research and of the experience itself, what the end product would be like, and how critical that would be to people's daily lives, how much they would really have a connection with it, how much they would really love it.
Chris.
I'm going to play Tomer's hand on this one. I'm a designer in a product guy's clothing. So for me, I start with the end product and I work backwards up the process. You can have a great process, and that's great, and that can help inform where you end up with a product, but you can also have a great product idea that has value and comes out of kind of an organic process that may not involve really detailed research process. So the quality of the product is really important to me, and what is even more important is coupling that with a real assessment of the business value, i.e. metrics. What did this actually do? Did this actually improve things once it was out there? Those are kind of the key things that are really important to me.
Anders?
So I come from multiple backgrounds, engineering, design, and also in the strategic role as well. So my evaluation was informed from 3 different perspectives. One being looking at it at the high level sort of innovation, not innovation for its own sake, sort of whiz bang, but more when you see it, it was just so obvious that you just get it, but it's very innovative. Something as simple like, when you hear the name Pinterest, right? Nobody has to explain that to you. You just kind of get it, and it's just highly innovative nonetheless. On the other level, looking at the actual design, I would look at design thinking of work as an ecosystem and thinking of it, how well were they attentive, not just to those things which are obvious, but to those things which are less obvious. If you go into a restaurant, you can learn a lot by walking into the bathroom, and you can see how attentive they are to the culture of the restaurant and the quality of the restaurant in general by how well the bathroom is maintained. And so I would go look for obscure aspects and corners of the app and see how well they took care of that. The other thing was on a technical level, the first thing I would do, especially for a web app, is I would, even if it wasn't intended to be a mobile app, I would look at it on a mobile device. To me, philosophically, if you've not taken a mobile-first approach, and if you have not, or sort of a responsive, adaptive approach, then that is certainly something where you're going to be, you may not be winning any award in my book.
You can ask all the jurors a little more about their process after some jurors.
So Bev, can I betray researchers everywhere? With Tomer's word about researchers, I just wanted to add that I didn't use a criteria, I didn't have a checklist. I did what felt right. And and when Robin was talking about some predictive algorithm 4 hours in the future, it was what felt not only right, but right not now, but for months in the future, what felt like where we're going, what the future holds.
Thank you, sorry for cutting you off there. Okay, great. Well, we're going to start with the finalists category. This is a new category that we created this year because we had so many quality submissions, so we really wanted to